Okay, Mara. So, I'm about ready to make my soup, and I just got everything pulled out here. Just wanted to show you some of the ingredients. I've never done this before, but this time I'm gonna put in a pound of snow crab legs, and then we have 2 packs of imitation crab meat, and then the imitation lobster meat. We got about 3/4 pound of scallops there. It's gonna be the first time I've ever put that in too. And we're going with 2 pound of shrimp. And we went with the smaller stuff this time. We're gonna have 2 lemons in there. Gonna probably slice them up. You'll see that later. And we're gonna put in 2 cups of spring onion. So probably most of that. Kind of messed up this time. We forget to pick up fresh garlic, so we'll see if this does a trick. If not, got some garlic powder there. Shouldn't make too much of a difference. For the actual base of this soup, it's gonna be some chicken stock, so we're just gonna make that homemade from some chicken bouillon cubes, and it'll get about 2 cups of the white cooking wine, so the whole thing will pretty much go in there. And over here I have a bunch of tomatoes cooking down. We forgot to do that last night because they're frozen, so hopefully that's ready soon. Otherwise, probably going to put in a bunch of tomato sauce, and depending on how thick or thin it is, we're going to put in some tomato paste. And then really the only other seasonings that go in are tarragon and a little bit of salt and pepper. And then we're gonna have some real butter, of course. But that's pretty well the ingredients, and I'm gonna go ahead and prepare them up and go from there. Okay, so about 2 hours later, I cooked the crab legs up and got them all deshelled. Pulled out all the shrimp, 2 pounds of it, took the tails off them. Cut up that 1 pack of imitation crab meat and just put the other 2 packs there. I decided not to go with the scallops because I've never cooked them before. So got zest from 2 lemons, cut up the rest of the lemons. Got about 6 garlic cloves in there, and 2 cups of spring onions, and that's the other stuff. And there's the rest of the tomato. I drained most of the water, so it didn't cook down, but I got rid of most of that, so ready to get started. Okay, so the first step was to, I usually add about, a generous tablespoon of real butter, and put in all the spring onions with the garlic and lemon zest, and okay, that's more butter to that. But all we're gonna do basically is kind of saute those so the onions caramelize. That's a little hot. So okay, so I caramelized the onions with the garlic and lemon zest, and I added the 2 cups of white cooking wine, and it was about 20, what was it? It was 28 ounces of the chicken broth that I made. So I just added those 2, and basically just supposed to bring it to a simmer, and then we will add the seafood from there on. And probably not gonna have enough room, but we're gonna see what happens. So once, probably here in about a minute, I'm gonna add the seafood, and we'll see what we get. Okay, so I've added most of the seafood, and basically I just kind of minced up the lobster or the crab there. And I'm gonna add that now. Okay, so that's that. It's all downhill from here. So basically now we're just gonna probably boil this for a few minutes. Get that going there a little bit. And once that kind of boils up for a few minutes, we're just gonna add the tomatoes and then some tomato paste and tomato sauce and just kind of see how it goes from there. They don't even call for any tomato paste or tomato sauce. That's just something I kind of did myself. But I like to have somewhat of a thicker soup. Not necessarily a paste, but I don't want a runny soup either. So I'll let that cook a few minutes and then we'll add the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so I've let that boil for a few minutes. And I'm about to add some seasonings here. On the bottom there is the tarragon, which is where a lot of the flavor for this soup comes from. It's kind of a odd flavor, but I wasn't too fond of it at first, but I kind of acquired a taste for it. I think it's pretty dang good. But I also have about 3/4 of a tablespoon of salt in there, as well as black ground pepper, and then I added a little more garlic powder there, just because I like garlic. So we're ready to add that, and I'm going to go ahead and put in my lemon slices. And I don't know if there's such thing as like how they have like seedless watermelons, but I didn't see any seeds in these lemons. But if you make this, make sure there's no seeds in it, because you don't want to be eating those later on. That would not be good. But they don't even call for this. That's just another thing that I kind of do on my own, just to give it some flavor, because I really like lemon too. And usually after I let the soup simmer for a good hour or so and let it cool down, I take out the lemon slices and I actually squeeze out all the juice. So, okay, but well, there's the tomatoes that kind of thickened up a little bit, give a little texture there. But I'm going to go ahead and add that in now. Except that's pretty dang hot. Alright. Okay, so that's that. Import this crock pot. Scorch there. And I'm gonna go ahead and get some tomato paste ready. I'll be back. Okay, so I've opened up the tomato sauce and the tomato paste. I'm probably just gonna add the whole dang thing, because I usually put in tons of tomatoes in here. She's gonna be full, that's for sure. I added a little more seafood this time, I think, than I normally do. So, which means we have less space for tomatoes. So hopefully that really doesn't mess up the mixture too bad. But it's always a learning process. Never have too many tomatoes, though. Guess that's part of being Italian, though. But probably just gonna let this maybe simmer for a good hour.